Tuesday night baseball set to come your way from Fenway Park in Boston. Tonight we continue the road trip with the first of three between the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. Eduardo Rodriguez will be the starter for the BOS Sox in this contest. What do you have for us on him, H?
Leading off tonight,
well, he is really pitched well at home, and I don't know if it's the energy from the fans or he feels comfortable on this mound. However way you want to slice it, he's thrown well at home, and I think we'll get another good performance at home in this game.
Harold Reynolds, this Red Sox ball club entering play here tonight. They've got to be considered one of, if not the hottest team in baseball right now. Winners of 8 of their last 10 ball games.
Matt, they're on one of those hot streaks. I mean, everything is going right for them. They're playing great. It looks like they're rested. They're doing the things they need to do to really be a winning club right now.
And he lays off it to even the count 2-2. And that's a swinging strike 3 in the dirt. Swihart recovers. The throw to first is in time, 1 down. Now to the plate, Gary Sanchez. His numbers against Eduardo Rodriguez, 1 for 4. Here's a high foul ball as it finds a lucky fan in the upper deck for a souvenir. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. And set up behind the dish is Clyde Washington, as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Yeah, Matt, Clyde's known for that low strike, man. Sometimes maybe even a tad bit low on the knees. But as a hitter, if you know what he's going to call, it's okay. You can respect that. Just be consistent, Clyde. That's all.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. Stepping into the box, Chris Carter. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. And he pops him up back behind second base. Rutledge is there for it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Luis Cessa will be on the mound for the series opener. Harold, any thoughts?
Well, Matt, this guy's not going to blow you away. He's a consistent major league pitcher. Look, his ERA last year a little bit over 4, but he takes the baseball. And he's the guy who's going to take his lumps, but he's going to keep coming back at you. And I think we'll probably see that kind of performance today.
A wave and a miss. A windup and the 0-2 pitch. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. Now he reaches out and tries to dump this one out to left. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. Legs churning. He's headed for second. And he's in there safely. He's got a double.
There's no question he's been struggling at the dish lately, trying to do anything to get himself going. So he's got to feel pretty good after that double. Not to take anything away from him, but I think I could have probably hit that pitch.
Yeah, that's one of those gift pitches, not the location he was shooting for. Hard hit to first. Carter right there, and he'll take this to the bag himself for the first out, but it's a productive one as the runner moves up to third. Here's Mookie Betts. He's currently 4th in the AL in RBIs, and he's got a chance to add to that total right here. Trying to jam him with the first pitch slider, but it's in a bit too tight for ball 1. And this is a fastball that's right on the black, but ruled a ball. It's 2-0 now.
That's a pretty tough spot for him to deal with in the first inning. Runner in scoring position already, and now he's got the 3-hitter salivating in a good hitter's count.
And a good comeback there. It's 3-1. Now a swing and a miss as he was trying to flick that one the other way, and it's a full count now, 3-2.
Man, he got him out front on that one. That was a beautiful pitch. Really taking advantage of him
Hard liner toward short. And they're going to hit the board first tonight as this ball's down for extra bases. The run comes across to score, and they jump ahead 1-0.
Yeah, he's not fooling anybody so far back. Like you said, that's the second double he's given up here. And if he doesn't get things figured out, it's going to be a real short outing.
Hanley Ramirez started to go around, but it's a called strike. 0-1. 1-1. And this is chopped foul near the plate, and the count will move to 1-2 now. And here's a ball hit in the air.
Well, that's going to get out of play and into the camera well.
And he'll stay alive here as this is chopped foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. Hit slowly back to the mound. Throw gets him, 2 down. Here's Jackie Bradley now. He's hitting just south of 300 in April. Right on the corner, a fastball that he takes for a strike. Here's the 0-1. And that one stayed too low, apparently. Bradley waits on the 1-1. Took something off there as this pitch is in the dirt, but handled quickly behind the plate. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. And a fastball there is inside as that one backed him up a bit.
Yeah, when you're almost hitting guys, that's a sign that you're a little bit too jumpy out there to start the game. So that's a good move by the guy behind the plate to just come out and talk to him and encourage him and settle him down a little bit. That's the perfect pitch after you've just brushed a guy back. The hitter probably isn't.
And the throw is in time to get him to retire the side. Coming to the plate now, Ken Griffey Jr. On the season, he's hitting just over 290 coming into action here.
Griffey Jr.
Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1.
Hey, when one of your better pitches is the straight changeup, you can't be afraid to throw it at any count and at any time. And hey, first pitch, if they're going to take it for strike 1, they're going to give it to you. Go ahead and throw it.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And another foul ball.
Well, when you're hitting with 2 strikes, you're just in battle mode. Right there, he gets a breaking ball. He just fouled it off. Got a piece of it and stays alive.
And this is swung on and missed by Griffey as Junior's gone for the first out of the inning.
All right, time for a majestic defensive alignment for the Red Sox. And I'm looking down at third base. Pablo Sandoval, you know, he's an interesting story. When he first came up, I don't know many people realize he was a catcher. Then they converted him to third base because he had those cat-like reflexes that could cover everything. He's got a little slower as he's gotten older, but there's still a little genie in the bottle. See if he can open it.
And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Looking at a tough pitch called a strike.
Probably better that he let that pitch go anyway after seeing a lively fastball on the pitch before thrown changeup.
Ball 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2. Matt Holliday standing in now. His numbers against Eduardo Rodriguez. He's got 5 base hits in 18 at-bats. He's taken him deep once. Way late on the fastball for strike 1. 0-1. Here's the pitch. And the changeup is way low that time. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
Sometimes it can be difficult for a pitcher. You're facing a guy that's not known to be a big stick in the lineup. Sometimes the toughest thing is to be aggressive and throw strikes.
Here's a big swing and a miss on the fastball. 2-2. And you wonder about the control now as he misses high with the slider. Starlin Castro would be next. Trying to strike out the side. Here it is. Hit on the ground toward the left. Scooped up on the backhand. And from deep in the hole, he got him. What a play. And that. There's the first baseman now, Mitch Moreland. He'll get us going here in the bottom half of the second. Bounce to the right into the loaded up infield. Backhanded. And he'll flip it to the pitcher covering for the out.
Time for a look at the majestic defensive alignment for the Yankees. I'm looking down there shortstop Didi Gregorius. I love how this guy defends. You know, coming to New York and replacing Derek Jeter, that's a lot of pressure. But I knew he could handle it when I had a conversation with Brandon Phillips, and he told me he's got the best hands he played with when he was with the Reds.
And now from the air, a jump throw. Throw got him, and that's a gorgeous play.
Batting 8.
And that'll bring in the speedy catcher Blake Swihart. He'll be looking for better results in this one. He was 0 for 4 in the ballgame back on Sunday. And here's a fastball called for strike one. Popped up. Sessa is there, and it's a very quick inning as the side is retired. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. Here's Starlin Castro. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the third after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
The windup and the 0-1. And that pitch catches the inside corner. Down and away. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now.
Man, this at bat has changed quickly from 0-2 now to 2-2. A good job of plate discipline by this hitter, not chasing those pitches just off the plate.
Swing at a high pop, drifting into foul territory. And he'll stay with it here as he puts the squeeze on it for out number 1.
Batting 8.
Now at the plate, Chase Headley. His average for the year sits in the 280s entering play. He'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1. Yankees still on the lookout for hit number 1 here. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
We're seeing him in an absolute groove out there on the mound right now. Retired 7 straight, and mechanically, he looks really consistent and fluid to me.
And he'll lay out to make a spectacular catch. Wow. Here's Didi Gregorius. And Dan, it seems like this starter is just dominating the game right now. Feels like we're seeing a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings.
No doubt about that, Nat. Hey, I've enjoyed watching him go about his business, but I'm also interested to see if this offense can figure out a way to get a couple of cracks in his armor before it gets too late.
Yeah, that remains to be seen. And no swing, apparently, ball 1. His numbers against Eduardo Rodriguez, 7 hits in 19 tries. Changeup just off the black, and it's 2-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Now a check swing, but he does manage to hold up in time. Ball 3. And he takes ball 4. So a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
The left fielder
Striding in once again, Brett Gardner. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. A fastball down near the shoe tops.
Well, now they got the tying run at first base. Now it's going to take a ball in the gap to really score this guy from first base. And I'm really curious how they're going to defend that on a relay throw, and maybe if we have a play or not. But you got to hit one in the gap to get there first.
Remember, he was a strikeout victim last time up, but this at-bat seems to be a totally different direction. He's showing good patience now, and he's got a real good count at 2-0.
3-0 now. Gary Sanchez would be next. He's set. Here's the 3-0. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike.
I really like what he did right there. 2-0, he wasn't able to hit the spot he was shooting for. 3-0, he made a better pitch, and now he sits 3-1. Let's see what he does here.
Pulled toward right center field. Betts has a read on it, and that's the third out. One left for the... Digging in now, Josh Rutledge. He'll get us going in the home half of inning number 3. And he pours this one in at the letters, 0-1. And that's in there as well, 0-2 now.
He got 2 pitches that were up that were very hittable, and he just couldn't pull the trigger. It's one thing if you take 1 pitch, but to take them twice, I don't know where his concentration is right now, man.
Another 0-2 coming. Now a swing and a fly ball. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball.
This is just great pitching. They start him off with the slider to get the strike, and then they bust him in with a fastball. I don't know what he's thinking up there, but they really are messing with his mind right now. Wow, that's a tough pitch to lay off right there. You're down 0-2. You're in protect mode. You want to chase that ball. Nice layoff.
Here he comes again, 1-2. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Full count now, 3-2.
This is a great battle on both sides. He's throwing strikes, and he's fouling balls off. What's going to give?
Weak grounder back to the mound. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
Now batting.
And with one away, time for a check of the standings in the American League East as you get a look at where these two teams find themselves entering play. Andrew Benintendi will stand in for the second time now as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Oh, and you talk about a pitcher getting the benefit of the doubt. That's low, but called a strike anyway. 0-2 now.
Well, he finds himself down 0-2, but those are 2 good pitchers' pitches. Both on the inside half, both for strikes. There's nothing you can do with it. You just got to hope now you get something to hit.
And here's a changeup in there for a called third strike, and that's the second out of the inning. Ready for another chance? Xander Bogaerts. 0-1 here in the early going. Here's a first pitch slider that just tails out of the zone. It's ball 1. And that'll get down for a 2-out single. And the inning kept alive now for Mookie Betts.
He was starting to settle in. He has reached 7 hitters in a row. That base hit right hasn't been there for a while.
Hit on the ground out to short. Gregorius has it. Throw on to Carter gets him to retire the side. 1 left for the Red Sox. Digging in for his second at-bat, Gary Sanchez. He'll lead things off here in this 1-run contest. And that one's in on the hands to start the inning. It's ball 1. The pitch. Change up low, 2-0.
Well, not a great spot to be in right now. 2-0 to a great hitter like this. This is when you really have to pay attention as a pitcher. And if you have good off-speed stuff, this might be the time to start mixing in your off-speed stuff.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Tap down the line. Up with it there is Sandoval. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
Now batting, the first baseman, Chris
Stepping
Carter.
in and ready for another shot, Chris Carter. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Hit in the air to right field. Betts on the run. And that's the second out of the inning.
Center fielder number 20.
Standing in, Ken Griffey Jr. comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is. Sent on the ground out to second. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. So they're held in check here this half of the inning. Here's the left fielder, Hanley Ramirez. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Designated hitter.
Good changeup, just missed inside. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. Now the 1-1 to Ramirez. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Toward the gap in right center. This is going to be a base hit, and he may take that big turn at first. Running hard. He's digging for second.
Around second, headed for third is Ramirez. And the Sox are in business here. It's a leadoff triple.
This is one park in the league that sees a lot of triples because of the way it's designed, and he adds another one heading to third for the 3-bagger.
This is down the left field line, and Gardner won't have a play. It's a foul ball. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Might have jammed him a little there as this is softly hit and foul off to the left. Bit as this is skied into short left center. Gardner has it, and I'd be surprised if they send the runner. And that one just not deep enough, so they'll wisely hold him at third with 1 out in the inning now. Digging in to try it again. Mitch Moreland trying to make it a 2-0 ball game by bringing home that runner from third. And that misses inside. 1-0. 2-0.
Runner on third base finds himself down 2-0. Look, there's no reason to give him anything good. If you walk him, sets up the double play.
That one's in there on the black. 2-1.
This is where you got to pitch to the strikeout. Infield's drawn in. You don't want contact. You want to make him swing and miss. Throw the nastiest stuff you have.
Inside for a ball as he falls behind to him here. 3-1. And he drops a change in on him there, and that'll run it full. 3-2.
1 run, 4 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point.
Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. And we'll see another pitch here as this ball's chopped foul at home plate. Once again a 3-2. And that misses, ball 4. So with 1 out, that'll at least set up the double play possibility here that could get them out of the inning.
Now batting the third baseman, number 48.
Dribbled to the right side.
And a ball.
And indeed, he'll take only the out at first as the run comes in to score.
Now batting.
In now, Blake Swihart. He popped out in his first trip. Trying to work that slider to the outer half, but it misses. 1-0.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there. It's such an effective pitch if you can hit the corner with it, but no dice this time. Well, he's got a base open to use right here, and it looks like he might not be afraid to do that by the way he's pitching him.
Nope. 3-0. And that misses, ball 4. So it's first and second now with 2 out. Into the box, Josh Rutledge. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th.
Josh Rutledge.
Here's the first pitch to him. And a fastball just below the knees, ball 1.
Hey, 2 walks in this inning already, so he can't expect to stay out there much longer if he puts somebody else on. We'll see if he can find it.
Sneaks a fastball by him at the letters. It's 1-1. Looking to minimize the damage here. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Hey, this is exactly what you do with the scrappy 9-hitter. He's almost like another leadoff guy. He's battled himself right back into this at bat now. With 2 outs, he's got a chance to go ahead and drive in a couple runs.
And some action out in the Yankee bullpen now as a right-hander starts to loosen up.
And a big strikeout there as they'll leave a couple of runners on base, and after a good start to the. So striding forward now, Aaron Judge. He's in to get things going here in inning number 5. Now a fastball. Look out as he has to duck out of harm's way there.
You know, I doubt he wanted to get that tight with the fastball there, but hey, this is a guy you certainly don't want to let him get his arms extended. He's the kind of guy that can hurt.
That missed. Close. It's ball 2. And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1.
They can't afford to continue to fall back any further. They got to get something going on the offensive side. Somebody's got to step up, give a big hit, maybe even a home run, drop a bunt, do something. But this offense has to get going. Well, they haven't had a lot of offense in this game. Right now, though, you got 3 balls here. Maybe this will be the leadoff walk that gets things going for them.
Swing and a misses. He was way early on that one. 3-2.
Boy, he juked him out of his shoes with that changeup. Stood almost no chance of doing anything with it, but it probably looked good coming in.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Chasing after it is Bradley, and that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Digging in, Matt Holliday. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Into the windup and the pitch. And he lays off there 1-0.
Hey, you can't let that bother him right there. This might be a good time for the catcher to have a little conversation. Just tell him, next pitch, don't worry about that one.
And this will be fouled away. No runs, no hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Think he held up in time, but that becomes moot as it's a called strike 2.
If you're able to locate your fastball like that, you're going to have a good game. I'm not surprised to look up and say he's having a good game right now because he's been spotting that fastball pretty good most of the game.
He froze him on the fastball there. Matt Holliday becomes the second out here in inning number 5.
Starlin Castro.
Line drive to left. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends. The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And that misses 1-1.
Hey, that's not a bad pitch right there. That two-seamer moving away from a left-handed hitter. Didn't get the strike, but I like the idea behind the pitch.
Trying to send him packing for the second time. Had him fooled there as this is lifted in the air out to left center and shallow. In there, a base hit. Digging in and looking for more, Xander Bogaerts. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. There's a strike at the knees, 0-1. A runner at first with no outs here. Hard hit toward the hole. And a good effort on the dive that time, but this will get by him for a base hit.
He's been looking really good. Another hit, another multi-hit game. This hot streak has been really fun to watch him perform.
Brian Mitchell going to take over here in inning number 5, so it'll be a bullpen game from here on out. Mookie Betts is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1.
Well, he's got himself a little bit of a jam right here, Matt. He's got 2 on, nobody out. Look, I want to get a double play ball. Just pitch the contact, get the double play here.
When you've got a guy that throws a good two-seam fastball, you have to be ready for him to try to run it inside and jam you. Good job to lay off that one, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see it again.
Just off the inside part of the plate. It's 3-1.
3-1 count, first and second. A lot of things can be happening here. I wonder if the runners start, but more importantly, get a pitch you can drive.
Working for the punch out and the offering. A swinging bunt to the mound. And he'll reach first as they can't make the play on him.
Yeah, and I think this is the case of a guy trying to rush it, hoping to turn a double play, and instead of getting 2 outs, they get 0 outs, and runners are on first and second.
Hanley Ramirez stands in as he checks his swing here for strike 1.
Man, I tell you what, if I had a timeout and I went out there to talk to him, I'd say, look, we just got to minimize the damage. Bases loaded, no outs. We don't want them to blow the inning totally open.
And Ramirez able to hold off on that one, but he still trails in the count. It's 1-2.
I like the pitch right there, Matt. Bases loaded. You got to look for that strikeout right there. That's a nasty pitch for the hitter to lay off of. I'd come back with it again.
Needs a punch out here. Can he get it? Not just yet. It's ball 2.
Yeah, and if you get a guy flailing at a pitch like that, heck, you're going to go out there and throw that same pitch till he proves he can lay off of it.
Gregorius is there. Here's Castro for 1. Back to first, so they get the double play, but the run does come in to score.
Now batting.
Here's Jackie Bradley now. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. 2 outs here with a runner at third. Ball 1.
That's a good pitch to lay off right there. That cutter inside. And that is a real tough pitch for hitters to lay off of. And a lot of times, if you do swing at that cutter in, you're going to end up with some firewood in a broken bat.
Well, now we're seeing the combination of the two-seamer and the cutter. That is a lethal combination because now he's taken away the ability of the hitter to sit on one direction of the pitch.
Now a fastball, but that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2.
Seems like he's thrown everything at him, the kitchen sink, and he just fouled them off. So he tried to throw something out.
And they'll extend their lead even further as the runs in to score from third. That makes it a 4-0 ball game.
The first baseman, number 18.
There's the first baseman now, Mitch Moreland. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Pitches a cold strike. The throw. Not in time as he steals second. 2 out here and a runner at second. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. Well, we'll give you a look there at the graphic. Stolen base number 4 here in the first month of the year. Gloved by Castro. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Here's Chase Headley. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Chase Headley.
Into the windup and the pitch. Hit weakly back to the mound. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
The batter, shortstop.
Striding in once again, Didi Gregorius. He drew a walk his first time up. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0.
Boy, they've been just getting shut down right here. Been a while since they've even had a runner on. So I think it's time to start looking for ways to make some things happen. Drop a bunt, get up on the plate, something.
Under it is Bradley, and that'll be the second out.
The left fielder, number 11.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Brett Gardner. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. Lifted in the air out to center field. Bradley is there. And that ends the inning. Yankees standing in, Pablo Sandoval. 0 for 2 with a run batted in for him thus far. And he gets ahead 0-1. Set to deliver the 0-1. A little bouncer. That winds up foul for the second strike. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Again, he sends it out of play. To first. Carter ranges to his right, and a step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
Now batting, catcher.
And that'll bring in the speedy catcher Blake Swihart. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Now a check swing, but it's strike 1 anyway, says the home plate umpire. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. A fastball that just misses inside. This is grounded foul. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And he got him. Digging in once again, Josh Rutledge. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. The windup and the 0-1. Here's a cutter that's off the plate. 1-1. Takes a knee-high fastball. 2 out, nobody on. This one's down to third. Throw on to Carter gets him to retire the side. Down in. Ready for another shot now. Gary Sanchez. He'll be tasked with starting things as we begin the 7th.
Sanchez.
First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. And now Boston's bullpen springs into action. A left-hander and a right-hander begin to throw. Checks his swing here, but he does so in time.
I like that check swing. He started to offer at the off-speed pitch, but he recognized it and was able to hold up.
Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. Got to find the strike zone. Here's the 3-0. Swing and a misses. He couldn't hold back. 3-1. Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. And a whiff at a good slider that time.
He had some really good late action on that slider right there. It's hard to do anything with that pitch unless you're sitting on it and catch it out front before it breaks all the way in.
Fouled back. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Benintendi arranged to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the first out.
First baseman.
Here's Chris Carter now. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike 1.
He's been doing a nice job out there in the mound, but the deeper you get into the game, the more the hitters have seen you. This is the part of the lineup that he has to be really careful with. The 7th inning is one of those innings when you might start seeing some warning signs from your starters that they're reaching the end of their rope, but that's not the case here. He looks really solid to me.
On to Moreland, and that's in time for the second out.
Center fielder number 24.
Digging in to try it again. Ken Griffey Jr. 3rd trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0.
You know, he's one of their guys they rely on to get their offense going. They need a rally, so we'll see if he can spark one here.
Fastball. Whoa, look out. That just about got him in the coconut.
Boy, that's a good pitch right there. The old school guys would call that a little bit of chin music up and in. See if he can get him to move off the box a little bit.
Hit in the air out to center field. Bradley is there, and that retires the side. 1-2. Ready once again. Andrew Benintendi, 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. Ryan Yoder is into the ball game now as he'll make his 5th appearance of the season here. In there for strike 1. Hit down the line at first, but this will get foul for strike 2. Softly hit here to the left side. That's in for a base hit. He's now 3 for 4. So it's an inning opening single to kick off their half of the 7th. Here's Xander Bogaerts now. He's looking for hit number 3 here in this at-bat. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. The 0-1 on its way. A good knee-high changeup taken for a strike. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. And he wasn't going to hit that one with an or. The strikeout, and there's one gone. Ready for another chance? Mookie Betts. An error allowed him to reach base in his last appearance. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1.
When you're facing this good a hitter, man, that strike 1 becomes so important. To get ahead with him and make him think about something else. Now you can control the at-bat.
Too high. 1-2.
Well, tried to throw a high fastball right by him there. Didn't work, but now we'll see if that sets up some different options. Wouldn't be surprised to see a good slider down and away right here.
Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Off-speed pitch, and there is strike 3 called. And boy, that zone just got a bit larger. 2 away.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Hanley Ramirez stands in as he looks at a called strike. This is on the ground over to first. And that will conclude matters here in the 7th. So digging in now, Aaron Judge. He'll start things out for us here in inning number 8.
Aaron Judge.
And that's in there for a strike.
He's really throwing the ball well in this game. And the thing to me that stands out is that two-seamer. He's got great movement, and he's keeping hitters off balance with it.
And he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And they'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Tell you what, his spot has been the outside pitch right there. And now we're late in the game. He continues to pound the outside pitch. And it's really working out for him.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. And he struck him out for the first out of the inning, but perhaps more importantly, he's 5 outs away now. Matt Holliday standing in now. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. In time to first, and there are 2 away. Here's Starlin Castro. 2 away here in the 8th, and time's running out on him, Danny.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of outs left to work with, so it's time for someone to make something happen if they're going to get back into this thing.
Watches a fastball right there for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Soft liner towards short. Leaps and makes a terrific catch. And with here's Jackie Bradley now. He'll see what he can do leading off the home 8.
25, center fielder.
Here's the first pitch to him.
Bradley Jr.
Now a ball sprayed fouled into the seats near third. Here comes the 0-1. And he just misses with a curveball.
I like that backdoor breaking ball right there. 0-1. Show him something on the outside half. He swings. He's probably going to roll over it. If not, you might get the call. You didn't get it there, but I like the selection.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out. Here's the first baseman now, Mitch Moreland. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. Fastball that gets the inside corner, strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Lays off the slider, and it's 1-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he lays off for a ball, 2-1. Right-hander starts to loosen out in the bullpen now. And this one's chopped foul right at home plate.
Well, he fouls off that fastball right there, and you wonder, does he love his fastball enough to come back with it 3 times in a row?
And now this ball's lifted in the air down the right field line, but this will get back into the seats, so the count holds at 2-2. Down the first base line, and he'll step on first himself for the out. Here's the Panda now, Pablo Sandoval. 0 for 3 with an RBI in this one. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. A dangerous changeup left high, but called for a strike. Lifted the other way to left center. Will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. Here's Chase Headley. He'll be charged with trying to get on board, leading off the 9th.
Chase Headley.
And we kick off the 9th inning with a swinging strike here. 0-1. The 0-1. Sent out to straightaway center field. Bradley on the run. Makes the play, 1 away.
Now batting.
Here's Didi Gregorius. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. J.J. Blackwell will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning. High and deep to left. This one's got plenty of distance. Gone over the monster and out onto Lansdowne Street. And good for him. J.J. Blackwell has just launched his first major league home run. Hard to say how many more of these he'll hit in his career, but for now, I'm sure he's happy to say he's got at least 1.
Well, I think that any kid who's ever dreamed about playing this game dreams exactly this. Watching the ball disappear over the fence, then circling the bases in a big league ballpark. He'll be replaying that at-bat over and over in his head. And now his phone's going to blow up. He'll be calling his parents, his buddies. Everybody's going to be talking about this one.
Here comes Sox manager John Farrell on his way out to the mound. And he's looking to the bullpen here, so it would appear that's all for his starter tonight. Craig Kimbrell answers the call from dugout as he'll try to record the final 2 outs of this one. Brett Gardner shows bunt on the first pitch, but he pulls it back 1-0. 1-0 pitch on the way. Now a fastball as he has to lean out of the way there.
Not sure if that was a purpose pitch or not, but I like it. As a pitcher, sometimes you've got to be willing to back the guy off the plate by running something hard inside. You can't just let guys be comfortable standing in the batter's box again.
And he misses again with it here. It's 3-0 now. 1 out, nobody on. And he misses ball 4. So he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
Now batting.
Now at the plate, Gary Sanchez. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. First pitch coming. Here it is. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2. Runner at first here, 1 man out. 2-1 pitch. A knuckle curve swung on and missed. 2-2. Hit down the third baseline. Rutledge on to Moreland, but it's too late, so they'll get just the 1.
Now batting. The first base.
Here's Chris Carter now. And he needs to make something happen. They're down to their final out here in the 9th. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1. Swing and a little tapper. Throw on to first, and the Red Sox have taken the opener here at home as this ball game is over. A 4-1 finish in this evening's game. Eduardo Rodriguez notches his 3rd win of the year, turning in 8 1/3 of